Trevor Dueck here from MMASucka.com with Mr. Tom Wright. Tom, it's finally nice to meet you. And here,
Trevor, great to finally meet you in
person.
Man. We've chatted on the phone many times. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming to Calgary.
Yeah, well, no, we made the 9-hour drive, and here we are in Calgary for UFC 149. How excited you are to be in this province and to be in this city?
I'm absolutely thrilled. This is my fourth trip just on UFC 149 that I made to Calgary, and it's finally here. I mean, I've always loved this city. I've been coming here for decades, and there's just something about Fight Week, particularly in a city that has so many MMA fans and so many UFC fans as there are in Calgary. So it's going to be a great week.
Yeah, I mean, if you look around right now, there's all kinds of people here that are waiting for fighters to come out. Hector Lombard just came out. There was a lot of buzz for him. Uriah Faber is going to be coming out a little bit later. There just seems to be, Calgary just seems to be a buzz right now. And it's a nice reaction considering how many times the card has changed over and over again. Do you not think?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, in the end, these are high quality, world class athletes, and this is a tough sport, and people get injured in this sport. And I think that it's a testament to our athletes that even though we had so many originally injured on this card, that we could come up with the Uriah Fabers and the Hector Lombards of the world to come in, and they're going to put on a great show. I can tell you, I'm so looking forward to Saturday night. A lot of people, I've never seen Hanan Barrow fight, never seen him fight live, and so I'm really looking forward to that. And I've never seen Hector Lombard fight live, so it's going to be a great card.
Yeah, for sure. And just talk to us a little bit about, because a lot of people are criticizing the card because of the injuries and everything, but I've always said to people that these are sort of the sleeper cards that come around every year that surprise everybody. And the people that miss it, they have to watch it on a replay, and they don't get to see it live because it's probably one of the better cards of the year. Do you not agree that this is all set up to be one of those type of sleeper cards?
I agree. And how many times, Trevor, have you gone to a UFC fight and gone to the early prelims, as we call them, and some of the best fights are the first and second and third on the card, where you may not even know the fighter's name. You don't even know where he's from, but those are some of the best fights that show up. So I think everybody's excited to have an opportunity to come to Calgary. Every one of our UFC fighters loves to fight in Canada because this country has this sort of this image and this perception. It's not a perception; it's a reality of being, really, really strong for our sport. Everybody wants to fight here. Everybody wants to put on a great show, and I'm confident they will.
Now, actually, it was funny because just before we had you on the air here, we were talking about your training and then how you used to be a welterweight, now you're a lightweight. Are you actually doing jiu-jitsu training? No?
No, I'm not. I started out when I opened up the office back in Toronto. I took my whole team to a gym in downtown Toronto because I wanted everybody, all of us, to start to learn the sport, to make sure that we had an opportunity to understand it better, to appreciate it better, and what better way than to go to a gym and actually train for 4 or 5 months. So it was a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm not about to get my belt.
Just explain to some of the festivities going on in Calgary, because it's crazy. We got we just finished with Stampede. You got the Stamps game, the Stampeders game. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Stamps game is going to be fabulous. The dreaded Saskatchewan Roughriders are invading Calgary.
Tell me about it.
Well, they're 3-0 this year, and the Stamps are only 1-2, so it's going to be a great game. I was just at McMahon maybe a half an hour ago, and they're just walking through their paces. We've got a tailgate. The Octagon Nation Big Rig is going to be in McMahon Stadium from starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for a tailgate. And I tell you, Calgary has the best tailgate in the CFL. It's a fabulous tailgate. And then we've got a whole bunch of interesting things tied up with the pregame and with Dana White probably doing the coin toss. At halftime, we're making a check presentation to the Calgary Food Bank on behalf of the UFC and our UFC Community Works program. And there's all sorts of other exciting things that are going to happen, which I can't tell you about because they involve me, and I don't like to do that. But earlier in the day, we have the press conference at Flame Central. That's at 12 o'clock, open to the public, and so is the tailgate in the stadium. It's open to the public as well.
Okay, so I can't talk to you without asking about other Canadian cities. So quickly, where are we at with Vancouver?
We're actually in good shape with Vancouver. As you probably know, the BC government in Victoria announced the appointment of an athletic commissioner to oversee the development of the rules and regulations so that the sport can be sanctioned provincially. I've already met with representatives from the provincial government. There'll be 3 of them. There's representatives here in Calgary to see how the show goes. They'll work with the Calgary Combative Sports Commission here to have some first-hand experience as to how it's done. and they have every confidence that the regulations will be in place by the end of the year. So what that will do is provide a consistent regulatory environment across the entire province. So you're not going to have 4 or 5 or 7 or 8 different cities that might have different rules, that might have different different restrictions or different regulations as it relates to fighter safety. You want to have that consistency, and this will bring British Columbia in line with the other provinces.
Awesome, man. I'm looking around right now. It looks really exciting here. All the best to you, man, and congratulations. It's been a great success so far.
Thanks, Trevor. Thanks for making that 9-hour drive.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, buddy.